Hello, I'm EnterElysium, and welcome to a preview of Out There, Omega Edition. Now, this is out now, in beta, in, I think, the Humble Store, and will be coming out in full version in March or April on Steam. So, just my TLDR, the summary I'm going to give of this game is, it looks like it could be a really good game, but don't get it yet. Whatever you do, don't get it. I'll explain why as the video goes on, but yeah. So, this is a game about sort of resource management survival game, a bit like FTL where you've got to get to the end of the map. In this game, you're kind of on a mission, you get flung out into a part of the solar system, or past the solar system into a part of the galaxy, and you're like, I don't know where I am. And then, like, you have to go to this point because psychic signal tells you to go there or something. And you have to manage your resources and just basically try and get there. Now, this has been ported from mobile devices. I think the Omega Edition is the PC version, so just be aware that it does suffer from a couple of issues. Firstly, I am playing this in 1440p on a stupidly large screen. I want this windowed mode, and I can't. This isn't an options menu. This is, in fact, a language menu. There are no options menus. I can't even turn on windowed mode. You'd think that would be, like, a very obvious default option. Please, something to go into the actual finished product. Now, I will say that I actually do like the game. And the reason I'm ragging on it, as you probably know if you've watched my channel before, is that I tend to be more critical of games that I like, because they're so close to being good. Now, so let's start a game. I'm going to go for quick start. Avoid the opening cutscene. This is where I'm meant to be getting to, because some psychic signal. And this is where we start. Okay, so you have this, like, range that you can jump, and then you've got a range around you which shows you, oh, this is what you can see. So we can, like, query these stars and, like, oh, it's a blue giant. It's a red dwarf. And different types of stars will have different things orbiting around them, so you can start to get a feel for, like, what you want to find. So, you know, for now, I don't know, maybe a bit more fuel, a bit more oxygen, a bit of hull, I don't know. So these are your three main things. You've got your hull, you've got oxygen, you've got fuel. And you can refuel, you can get more oxygen, and you can get some iron to repair your hull at different points. So, you also have the solar system. We're here, this is a thing. Hello, supply station. Hello. This is the thing that gave us the ability to go between stars. Initially when we start, you don't have the ability to go between stars, and you have to break down your cryonics pod to go between stars. So if we go back to the ship, and if I show you this, you can see that I've got the ability to make a cryonics pod. You don't need it, it's just there in the beginning so that you can break it down and to demonstrate how to do it. Basically part of the tutorial. But you've got a load of other technologies like, you know, the space folder and stuff, and you've got all these sort of bits of resources. Now, you know, you can use hydrogen for fuel, you can also use helium, you can use oxygen here to get, you know, more breathable atmosphere, and you can use iron to repair the hull. You can also use different things to make different things, so like for instance if we have a look at the interplanetary reactor, I can make that from iron. Hydrogen probe needs a little bit of platinum as well. One thing I have to say I do like, and this might just be the extremely geeky part of me, is the fact that they're not using like symbols or the names or even just the letters of the actual names. They're actually using the periodic tables element. They're actually using the FE for iron instead of like, you know, I for iron or something. I like that. That's nice. Just, yeah, I like little things like that. But here we go, and you can see that you've got these spaces, and they do fill up rather fast, but you can get new ships, and I have actually managed to get a ship in one of my playthroughs. So let's ignore this. There's nothing we can do here, and we'll jump on. I did waste fuel to show you that. Both these yellow dwarfs, I believe. We'll go to this one, mainly because I think it's slightly closer to these two. I don't know. Take a 17 fuel and 6 oxygen. I managed to produce graphene plates, about a dozen of them. I'll write my name and my story on a couple of words on them. They're very hard to engrave. I have to use a powerful laser. I'll give them as a gift to the aliens I meet, or leave them in a special place on empty planets. Who knows? Maybe humans will track my course someday. Okay, so we're down a bit in fuel. Oxygen, well, not terrible. Fuel, you will find, is a very limiting factor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go to this rocky planet, land on it, taking more and more fuel and oxygen, and we'll drill. I have to say, by the way, that I really do like the sound effects and the backing graphics and stuff. The art style and the UI is really nice. However, the UX is a little bit iffy. Now, the difference between UI and UX is one is user interface, and the other one is user experience, so how the person uses that interface. It's the user interface is the look. So it looks nice, it looks like a comic book, it plays pretty nice in terms of how it looks, but the ability to interact is a little bit iffy in places. So you've got this ability to do stuff like drill. I'm going to drill, and then use 7 fuel. The reason I'm doing this is, by the way, the deeper you drill, the more likely your drill will break, I think. At least that's what I've found. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill about 7. Yeah, it didn't break. Awesome. W, so that's tungsten. By the way, you can't right-click them here to find out. You can right-click them over here. Tungsten. but you can't right-click them here. And that's something I would like to be able to do. I'd like to be able to query them over here without having to do some sort of fiddly back and forwards. Also, you have to click and drag sort of a holdover from the tablet, I assume. You can't, like, you know, right-click to move, or double left-click, or shift left-click. Shift left-click is what you'd expect from most games like this, to just move a stack. It doesn't work like that. It should do. This is another holdover from tablet devices that you have to click and drag. I think that needs to be changed. The ability to have a keyboard is a big thing about PCs. But as I said, it is beta at the moment. But then again, it is a paid beta. So in my view of paid beta is, I'm going to treat it as a paid game. With the proviso that it might be a better game at some point. Gas giant. So it could take iron. I think it's risky. We'll take a bit of oxygen and some fuel. Let's orbit, and that's in the probe. And I'm going to go for a 7 again. Here we go. That's more like it. And now we're full up. And this can be annoying if you've got stuff over here and you're trying to backwards and forwards them. But hopefully you can find a bigger ship and you can get more stuff going. So now I have to transfer... I'm not full up, actually. I could have done that. I'm going to transfer some of this to there. Just get some more fuel back. There we go. Now... the one thing I do find is that very often you end up being in that screen with your probe and wanting to just dump stuff straight into maintenance to be able to put fuel straight into your fuel. And there are two things that, like, are annoying the fact you can't do that. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to just do a 5 kilometer. Okay? Here are a couple of the reasons why this is annoying. Firstly, it means more clicks. It means I have to do all this, and then I have to go back to that screen. Secondly, if I'm full up here, and I'm like, well, I can't put the extra stuff in, but surely I could just immediately, while I have my probe attached, feed the stuff straight into the fuel container, and put it into the reactor for fuel? It doesn't make sense why you can't immediately just take it from the probe and put it in here. We have bigger screens on PC. I can understand why this was limiting on the tablet, but on PC, you should be able to. And also the fact that you're going to see, very often I'm going to be doing this, and straight back into this screen. And that's an unnecessary backwards and forwards, really. Oh, let's not send the probe down again. I've already done that a few times. I don't want to try my luck too much. We could go to the red giant. We'll go to the red dwarf. We've got enough fuel for the moment. Ooh. I've stumbled across a station looking similar to mysterious cubes that showed me the way to the stars, but this station is larger, a lot larger, and it is not working. Flashlight in my spacesuit illuminates the surface, so huge I can't see its edges. So surreal. In the whereabouts of this dead cube, I see a cubicle full of black energy substance. It could be used to me, but... I'm going to sprinkle it on the dead cube. Take the substance, I'm going to sprinkle it on the dead cube. I scoop the substance and pour it over the cube. It flashes with vivid blue and spots my ship in scattered beams of light. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have acted regardless of consequences again, but the beam quickly fades away and the cube is dead again. It's done for good. It had replenished my supplies and patched it up. Hooray! Okay, so, considering we were mostly full already, not the best. I think we'll just go grab some... What are you? Rocky. Okay, so no garden wards. Garden wards where you get more oxygen. I'm just going to probe you and fill up my... So there we go. That's an example of I'd like to be able to just drag it over and then it will automatically overfill to... it's extra clicks. If I drag it over here, I'd like it to go fill up and then rest go into here. If it's available, of course, to do that. And let's go straight back. I'm not even going to try for another thing. I'm not even going to go to the other planets in the solar system. I'm pretty okay. I could go down here, but this is very railroady. I don't think I could even get from that to that, maybe. So I'm just going to go straight down here. Yellow dwarf, hello. Gas clouds, rainbow colored, are closing my ship. In the haze, I see messages. Duluf, Balak, Balak, Lukud. The words Ryson and Ruffer. What should I do? Point at the word on the left, point at the word on the right. Wait in peace. Places a concentrated mass of vapor right in front of my ship. Hydrogen! Oh, it gave me hydrogen. Okay, so I've learned a word. Many times throughout this playthrough, you will get these sort of little events, and you will get to talk to alien life, especially on garden worlds, and you'll learn words, and that'll allow you to be able to better understand what they want. Now, here's another thing. I got a load of stuff, and it's filled up, and it's probably lost me some extra. I could have just put that extra straight into the fuel bay, but again, I can't. It's annoying when that happens. Alright, let's do that. Oh. Yeah, we could just go to the gas giant while we're here. Just probe it for 5. Since we're here. It only costs us like fuel, really. Blue giant. Ooh. Cosmic rays. That was until I discovered that the magnetic data disturbance had erased entries in my database. I've lost a technology, Chronix. Okay, so you can lose technologies. I haven't had that happen to me before. The Chronix I don't care about. Like, there is no purpose in that technology as far as I can see. It's why you break it down in the tutorial. I don't mind about losing that. So, what do we have here? A bunch of gas giants. Well, I'm going to go to one of them, and then we're going to move on. Oh, so we lost hull for that. Okay. And here we go. Here's a lovely example of why I'd like to be able to... just put the iron into my hull. I could have done that beforehand if I was thinking it optimally. I'd like to be able to put the fuel straight into the fuel, but I can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lose 8 iron. I've got plenty of other iron, but it's one of these cases where I'd like to be able to just do the stuff immediately. I mean, I can do it in orbit anyway. I don't see why I can't. It's a bit arbitrary. I'll get rid of the helium. Oh, we're full. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to continue on. What have we got? A red dwarf. Oh, I can't click that one next to it. Red giant. Red giant. I'm going to go with this red giant. It gives me a couple of options. Another rocky planet and a gas giant. Well, see, the issue with going to rocky planets is they'll produce a lot of different elements, but currently I've got a lot of my bays taken up. I guess we'll try it anyway. As soon as we unlock technologies and stuff that we can build using more stuff, we'll kick ourselves if we don't actually have the resources to do it. So we'll do a quick drill at 5. We got iron. Fine. Take off. Confirm. Now we are getting to the point where we could do some oxygen. I do have oxygen on me. I'm just saving it because if you land on a garden world, you will get a load of oxygen for free anyway. It just fills up your ship. Red alert again. Rocky planet. Rocky planet. Gas planet. Okay, well, we'll go to the rocky planet first, I guess. And then we will dump... we'll dump more hydrogen. And we'll dump a little bit of oxygen. Or we could dump all of it. Whoops. Drill! Drill, my pretties. Okay, so we got hafnium, silicon, and we got a little bit of iron as well. So you can see it gradually does fill up your ship very surprisingly quickly as soon as you start mining on these worlds, actually. Let's take off. We'll skip this one. Just go straight to the gas giant. We're pretty full up anyway, so... oh, let's cancel that. I want to get rid of that first. And we could probably do using that iron up. Ah! The probe is broke. Drilling this deep can be hazardous. I've gathered 1 platinum from the broken probe, though, which is incredibly good, because otherwise I won't be able to build that probe again. And let's build the probe. So you can build probes here, which is weird. Like, you can't fill up your reactor, but you're perfectly happy to build entire new components. That's what I don't understand. We'll just go to the next planet, I think. Black hole. Now, I'm assuming there's things you can do at black holes, like you can fly next to the event horizon, but currently that actually serves no purpose. So I'm assuming there's a technology later in the game that allows you to do that, which is pretty cool. There's that sort of options. Ooh, a strange blue-white electromagnetic phenomenon is moving in space before me. And if it were live, it tries to close the temperature of my ship. The temperature plummets. I'm going to put on a spacesuit. I need to repair the space folder. What's this? A beacon, abandoned ship. Ooh. A new ship. Okay, so this has got a lot more power. It's got more ecosystem. It's got the same resistance. Show me the cargo. Okay. It has a space folder. It has a drill. It has a probe. It has a reactor. It doesn't have a telescope. So I need to move the telescope across. How much do I need to build a telescope? Silicon and iron, which I have. So, confirm. Confirm. I'm just going to dismantle everything. And dismantle the space folder. There we go. Good, we've got plenty now. Take over the ship. And grab all the stuff. This is why it's going to take a long time to transfer this stuff. I'd like to be able to just shift click. But you can't. Now, if I'm very much mistaken, I think we have less storage spaces. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10. Yeah, we actually have 3 less storage spaces. That's kind of a lot. However, it's a cool looking ship, and that's the main reason I'm going for it. Not because it's actually good, but because, you know, it looks cool. So, cool. Color me vein. Color me vein indeed. Okay, telescope. What do we not have? Iron. Okay. Hafnium. Iron. At least you can swap things like that. Crafting telescope. Now what do I need? I'm not going to take the tungsten. I could probably get rid of the 9 hydrogen, since I have, you know, helium and hydrogen there. Platinum's pretty important. I'm going to take the platinum with me. Garden planet, breathable atmosphere. Okay, so I want to show you a garden planet. Land on it. Okay, so you can encounter life. We also get full oxygen, but we had full oxygen already, really. So let's encounter life. Hello! And they ask us something, and they say we at the end of a sentence, and we can approve or disapprove. I'm going to hope we pick the right one. I'm going to approve. Oh, I picked the wrong one. Okay, so we got the word give. Now, I'm assuming they're asking us to give them something, so we'd have to disapprove, and then they'd go, okay, give us something, and we have to give them, hopefully, what they want. We'd guess, and hopefully it'd be right. I could drill here, however, there's no point, because we have a full ship. Ah, wrong one. Take off. Now, there aren't any control buttons again for being able to do, like, drill, take off. There aren't. You can't use option 1, 2, and 3. I would like to be able to do, you know, 1, 2, 3, or one, in this case, 1, 2. Escape, of course, doesn't bring up a menu. You can't open these with, you know, buttons or keys. Again, I'd like that. Especially since you can't window it, my mouse has to travel a long way. And it might be saying it's first world problems to say, oh, my screen's so big, my mouse has a very far travel time. But it's true. It might be annoying, but it's true. Don't take off. And we're just going to jump straight away. Neutron star. It's unlikely to have anything there. Yellow dwarf. My ship approaches a huge and strange construction. It's really alien, very different from anything I've seen before. Words appear on the computer screen. Words in my own language. Man from Earth, we are watching you. Your journey is about more than your mere existence. Survive and we shall open the way to your eternal quest. Come to Star Judge's Architect. Oh, this is because I know that word. There, you should seek the answers. Okay, and I've learned the gravitational well generator. And there ends the demo. And this leads me on to the biggest issue with this. As you've seen, I really like the game. There are a couple of issues to do with the UI and the UX just not being fully ported over. Most of the UX not being fully ported over for PC. Really kind of relying on the touchscreen formula. But this demo appears to be the beta version. I've clarified this with the developer. It appears to be the same beta version that you will buy if you buy it on release of the beta version at the Humble Store. You're paying for a demo. It cuts you off here. It's a game all about survival, collecting resources, and getting to this endpoint. Yet, they've arbitrarily cut it off at the first cutscene. Now, the reason they gave for this was because they don't want to, you know, give away all the secrets in the beta, etc. But you're paying for the game. If you're paying for a game, I expect you to at least be paying for a game. I don't expect you to be paying for a demo. And this actually says a demo, and the beta is apparently a demo. I very much disagree with that. I have very, very low views of paying for demos. Because a demo is a promotional product to sell a game. And now, admittedly, the beta will turn into a full game when, you know, the full game comes out. But there is no point in really paying up front for something that doesn't actually give you much gameplay. And the gameplay about a survival game is to attempt to get to the end. It's a strive for survival, in effect. But you can't do that. It doesn't really give you the opportunity to. It doesn't give you the opportunity to explore the storyline either. It's very limiting, and while I like the game, this really, really affects my score for him, how I think of it. It's don't get it, because while it has the potential to be a brilliant game in March and April, and I will probably play the crap out of it, right now it's just a demo. A paid demo. A paid demo in beta. There are a couple of issues. I've only encountered one real problem that I've seen as a bug, and that is when I used the scrolling in and out on the map screen. I got zoomed really far in and stuck facing one planet and couldn't do anything. So, while I really, really want to like the game, and I, to a certain extent, do like the game, I don't like the beta. I don't like paying for the beta, and I don't like paying for the beta's demo, which this, in fact, is. So, while it might be out now, don't get it. It's a great game, or appears to be a great game, and could well be a great game from what I've played. But don't get it. If I had to give this a score, I'd probably say that maybe the game looks like it would be an 8 out of 10. Currently. Maybe, if it continued like this. But the problem is, as it's a paid demo, I'm going to reduce that score for the beta to a 4. A 4 out of 10, and that's probably on the slightly generous side, on the basis that there is gameplay there is something enjoyable, but you only get about, what, half an hour out of it? And then it cuts you off, especially considering that while that half an hour is enjoyable, the whole point behind the survival game, the whole point behind the storyline behind it is to build up to this end point you're trying to get towards. And you can't. And you're paying, in fact, for a demo. And I very much dislike that. So, out there. The marketing strategy is a bit out there, I guess, is the most I can say for that one. If you've liked the video, please remember to like, and if you're not subscribed and you want to see more, consider subscribing. I will be covering this again when it gets fully released on Steam, and I fully expect to actually like the game and probably play the crap out of it, and probably recommend that you get it at that point. But for now, just don't. Stay shiny.